some light on my situation. Live with Fight the second edition. As I promised and have been promising all week, I have Sir Aston and Marcus, both from the Fight community on Discord, with me to showcase the system.
Hello.
Greetings.
Yes, today is going to be fun. We're starting with character creation.
Indeed so.
Gotcha covered. Had the music volume set just a bit high. That solved that, though. I forgot how loud YouTube got sometimes.
Happens.
That it does. So, okay, how are we kicking off?
Alright, so we're going to be looking at character creation. So we're starting because Marcus and I were working on characters and we need to build a moveset.
That we do. Which, as we have noted, is one of the best parts of the system to begin with, so, you know.
Yes, like in fight you create all of your moves by combining elements together to form your ideal special move.
Yeah, it's what the kids call an effect-based system. You use the character points to purchase what the move or what the thing does mechanically, and then it's up to you to like define what that is in terms of fluff. Mm-hmm. So like there's no like fluff attached to the actual rules that you purchase. You just get an effect. So let's see here. For what I had in mind for my character, I am imagining some kind of zoner kind of guy. A character keeping a fair bit of distance from himself and his opponent. And to that end, I would probably start going for a ranged move, of course. So let's see, I'm not as familiar with second edition as you are, obviously. You're the one who was handed the second edition rule set. But I'd imagine that ranged still works pretty much like it does in first edition, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is still, let's see how many. Let's see, it is still 2 elements for one range.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
2 elements. It is indeed 2 elements.
Yeah, okay, so again, for reference on what I am doing to the viewers, since I am making a new character, I start with a certain amount of move points. How many again on power level 3?
You have 10 per power level.
So that would be 30, yeah. So what I do is that I have a set amount of move points, and in this case I believe I'll go for a pretty basic special move. So I am using 3 of those points to make a level 3 move. Let's see here. Just gonna copy this for the next move I'll be making. And then I'm stepping down level 3 right here.
Yep.
So, yeah. So for a... Like, you mentioned the setting for this game was like kind of futuristic, right?
Yes.
And yeah, and I'm imagining this character is like a kind of gadgeteer sort of dude. Someone that uses, special equipment to get an advantage.
Yeah, maybe he's not enlightened himself, but he uses tech to get him on the same power level as.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like, I'm basically imagining some kind of powered gauntlets, kind of like what what's her name? Jackie's daughter. Jackie, yeah.
Yes, Jackie. That's my girl.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like what Jackie got in the new Mortal Kombat. So, like I imagine for his basic projectile, he basically fires some kind of energy pulse from these gauntlets. So I'm just gonna call it power pulse for now. Not very inventive, but it doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't. That's the thing about fighting game move names. They're usually not very inventive. They're usually just here is what this thing does.
This
In
is
the move's
what it
name.
is.
Here you go. Like
Yeah,
Thunderbolt. Yes, it's a Thunderbolt. We all know this. You don't have to be creative.
That it is. Gonna strap down some fluff for that, but I can do that later. So let's see, cost. What is this? This is a new thing from like a second edition, I believe.
No, cost is just the power level of the move, and I represent that by the cost there.
Oh, okay, that is the level up. Gotcha.
It's
Then
just
I'll
a character sheet
remove that.
oddity thing.
I see. So again, since I made since this is a level 3 move, or a cost 3 move, I guess, I got 3 elements for this. I am using range as the main one, obviously. And range, I believe, costs 2 of those 3 points I put into this move.
Yep.
So, yep.
You've got a power level 3 move, right?
Yes, exactly.
That means you actually have 4 move points or elements available to use.
It's 1 plus the number of points spent.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
That hasn't changed.
That hasn't changed. Yeah. Okay, just gonna go down. I also got the PDF open on my end. Just going to go to the ranged element in the book, which should be priority. Oh, there's ranged. I'm dumb. And I might be able to add some kind of enhancement element to that for my last thing. Yeah, he might be able to, like, when he's firing this energy pulse, he might be able to, like, charge it up. Like, he holds it up to fire, and, you know, you can hold the attack button down in the game sense to, like, build up power before firing a bigger blast, which I will represent with the accuracy for damage element. So, accuracy for damage, which lets me trade.
Yeah, that's a form of that. That is a special move liability or a special move thing in ranged, but it also trades out range. So you have to, like, for each range increment you reduce it by, you gain 1 less accuracy and increased damage. So it's like stronger, but doesn't go as far.
Yeah. Instead of a like pulse projectile, like if it becomes this power blast, I can work with that. Like this burst of force, I can work with that.
There you go.
So that's all the four elements. And let's see, range damage is determined by my key, which I've noted here already. Key 4, so that's 1d6 damage.
There you go.
Accuracy is 0 base. I don't believe we have any combat bonuses at power level 3.
You actually do get 2 combat bonus points, but no one can be higher than +2.
Okay. Then I'll just put 1 down in.
It's no one higher than +1 right now, so you'll have to.
Okay. Then I'll just put 1 down into defense because I'm a solar, and I will put 1 down into. Considering I spent in control. Control is always good to have. There we go.
Oh, that's the one difference between our zoners then.
Okay.
I have accuracy instead of control.
Okay, so that's my first special move, and that's basically how this entire thing is gonna go down. We're gonna be making moves up.
Pretty much.
Right. So see, turn. Okay, people are saying turn my voice down and your voice up.
I just adjusted.
Oh, okay. Apologies for being loud, guys. It's just how I am. Let's see here.
It's also more technical difficulty on my end too. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Fair enough.
Maybe he's just loud because he's a hot-blooded protagonist.
I am not actually. My character here is quite a stick in the mud, but we'll get there eventually. Okay, so the second one I am actually ripping straight from Mortal Kombat. Sonya Blade's thing in 10, which you can just like summon up a drone. I'm picturing something like that. Like he can call in a drone that like adds support by gunfire and stuff. And I believe there should be some kind of summon element for that, correct?
There's actually a couple of different ways you can do that in 2nd edition.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So what are my options here?
You can either use the summon element to as it is in 1st edition, it's not too different in 2nd.
Right.
Or you can use a create environmental hazard or it's an assault bomb element.
Oh yeah, I could do assault bomb. That's correct. But that would be more like, yeah, I might actually do assault bomb. Let's see.
You could by using let me see what it says about assault bomb over here, because it is definitely a long-winded move, but it has so many applications.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, though. I love seeing what people can come up with this game, and it's also something that I haven't messed with.
Yeah, like absolutely. Again, that's my favorite thing with Fight. That's what drew me to this system. It you can do so much with it. There's virtually no character you cannot make with this.
Yeah.
Like in general, that is why I prefer effect-based systems over like where you purchase fluff stuff.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I'm just doing crazy stuff with it.
Mm-hmm.
My character sheet is slightly unusual, but you'll see me later, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah,
so-
that's probably a lot later.
Yeah, I'll definitely be showing things off later.
Yeah.
Let's see. Movable bomb. Nope, not quite what I'm looking for. Assault bomb. Here, I'm gonna drop this into the Discord for you, so that way you can get a look at what it says for the assault bomb element.
Thank you.
This is the first part of it. It's like I said, it's a pretty long one, but it can be used to signify like a drone that you would place on the ground.
Right, so like more like a turret kind of thing.
Yeah, like a turret or a drone that you summon in right quick, and then it deals an attack and then goes away, or you have to resummon it later.
Yeah. Oh, let's
Yeah.
see. 2 turns after this one is placed. Launch a special attack.
And it's missing a line.
Yes.
Yeah, this is absolutely what I want. Can like set up stuff.
I also know from the first edition that you can give a liability to the bomb element so that it doesn't explode, which would be perfect to use for a pure assault bomb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is exactly what I want. It doesn't explode. That is a liability, right? Is that still there?
There's the last part of that, and yeah, there is a doesn't explode. Let's see. There's actually one that is, let's see, controlled detonation you can apply to it, which means it doesn't detonate unless you use the detonation move, which is an L2 move.
Right. But again, I don't see these drones like exploding. They're like just called in, they fire some stuff and then disappear. So that is. See,
But
that
explosions
is,
are fun.
Multiple bombs, not what I'm looking for.
elements. And the total cost for the assault bomb element, the free you gave me there, is that for the total thing, or is that just assault bomb? So it's added to the bomb cost, or how's it work?
I think it's added to the cost of bomb.
Okay.
And no detonation is -1.
Okay, so then it is just, let's see, bomb doesn't explode.
And it does
Plus
require assault bomb.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There we go. So that will be a total of 3 points, so I still have 1 left. I might take another liability on this.
Hold on. Okay. This bomb does damage. Okay. Nope, we don't want that. I'm looking at what else there is in here.
You
Yeah.
could also use a liability for ranged attacks because they apply there.
I'm sorry, what do you say?
For assault bomb, you can also use liabilities that apply to the ranged element.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Yes.
For example, very slow.
Yeah.
Very slow, yeah. Might fire a small rocket or something, which shouldn't be slow, but fighting games, so it has acceleration.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. That works. Very slow. Which means I have 2 elements to play with, which I will use to get increased damage too. Which will put my final damage for the drone's missile, I guess, on 1d8.
Yep.
And
Kind of imagine the drone to fire a small barrage of micro missiles.
Yeah, so like something.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
something like that. Yeah.
But they are kind of slow, so it's easy to duck and weave in between them.
Yeah, exactly. Like if first one, then another, then a third. Like there's a noticeable delay between every missile. I like that. And accuracy is 0 on this piece as well. There we
That's
go.
why effects-based systems are so interesting. You add one additional element to it, and you get a lot of ideas from it. That's wonderful.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. So that's 2 moves. We're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, move creation can take a while because it's the meat of the character.
Yeah, this is what makes the character unique.
Exactly. This is Fight 2nd Edition, my friends. This is the one that's in Kickstarter right now.
I might take another bomb actually, like just a grenade or something, because I sort of imagine this guy being very setup based. Like I want to tons of stuff ticking down and just waiting to go off on the screen at once.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna make a grenade. And now I'm making a normal bomb, not an assault bomb, which doesn't explode. But it's still a bomb. Let's see.
It is the bomb.
Okay. Place a damaging hazard. Yeah, that's just what I want, the bomb element. There we go. And I believe that the bomb element by itself just kind of places the explosive, the damaging thing, on this. If you're using a grid or anything, it places it on the same space as you're in when you use the bomb, correct?
Let me grab the text for that for you.
Thank you.
I think it is thrown, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Yo, that's awesome. I hope we can rock this KS.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, there's a bunch of text for bomb. There is a bunch of text for bomb.
Well, bombs are complicated in real life too.
I know, right? All that disarming you have to do.
I'll just be working on the rest of the stuff in the meantime. So bomb element, that's 1. This is probably another fairly basic move, so put this down as a cost 3. Why not? That's the one you should be able to afford.
I do believe that's all of... No, it's too powerful.
Discord!
There we go. That's all of the text for bomb.
That's a lot of text. Okay, let's see. Especially with the
That is a whole lot of text.
it was next in a square. Yeah, it's placed in a square next to the character using the move. Right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that text in here into a notepad file. So
Yeah.
you guys on stream can read that text as well.
Yeah, this is a pretty basic bomb move actually. For all the time that it took to to get underway. That is a bomb. It is a movable bomb because I guess the opponent can like knock the grenade around to mess with me.
Yeah, I mean...
And which means this element is free, which means I can place all 4 of my elements into increased damage. No, I'm not gonna do that. I guess I could put 1 into increased accuracy to try to represent a bigger like boom, like a bigger explosion, like it covers more ground. Yeah, let's go with that. So increased accuracy, and that is 3 elements, I believe, for +1, and increased damage 1.
It's
Which
a good
means
thing
that-
that not all elements have this much text.
Yeah, most of the elements are just a couple of lines, you're done. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but oh, here I go. I'm gonna
There's-
pick the painful stuff.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
know.
But yeah, bomb covers a lot of things because it lingers around on the battlefield. It explodes, and you have to define how it explodes. So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
that's a lots of rule text for one element.
Yeah.
The damage
But,
for your bombs is based off of key, by the way.
Oh yeah, my key is force noted, so that's still 1d6.
Yup.
But yeah, it could be much worse. I remember first edition, the style change
Oh my
liability.
god, a style change. Oh Christ.
I'm so
Like-
happy that Christopher, the one of the creators of the fight, have managed to make it better readable.
Yeah, like a...
It's a lot more readable, and it's honestly a little bit of a better version of style change.
Oh yeah, like I've seen the new style change. It is far better than the first edition one. Holy crap.
Yes.
Okay.
Just to give the viewers an idea of how weird style change was as an element. I have fight for the first edition for, I don't know, a couple of years now, at least 5. And I've did a lot of wacky stuff with it. Like a ton of wacky stuff. This
Yeah.
is the only element I have never really touched, because it was just, what is this arcane secret?
And I mean, like, not to take anything away from Aston. You're a very good game designer. So if anyone should be able to get style change, but it is what it is. Like I would say that, like, first edition is still a very good game, but
Yeah.
It is.
there are some issues with it when it comes to readability, which I think is one of the biggest things the second edition is fixing.
Yeah.
Definitely. I can definitely agree with that. Second edition is going to be a lot more readable. It's going to be a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, on the Kickstarter page you can see a mock-up of the layout, and it looks clean.
Very
It really does. It really does. Like, props to the guy that's working on that. But
Yeah.
okay, so what do I want for a fourth move? Let's see. I got some bombs. I got a basic projectile. I guess I would want something to use if people actually get inside of my sewing bullcrap.
You kind of need that emergency. Oh crap!
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm picturing right now is like, yeah, I'm probably gonna make two moves out of this. One is like an anti-air, so I can just counter people trying to jump into my range, and one that is and one that's just like a knockback move to get people flying back into my preferred area away from me.
Get them back where they belong. Back in your
Yeah,
lane,
exactly.
bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'll start with the anti-air. Which I'll just see what
But yeah,
power points.
anti-air is kind of important for most builds because the good mobility, those that get you far, it mostly happens in the air because that's the way how basic movement works.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you put crouching with a move that has mobility, in which case it counts as a ground slide.
Yeah.
Which,
Accuracy.
fair warning, I have done. So, be ready
But
for the
yeah.
ground slide.
But yeah, airy movement also helps because when you are getting...
Does anti-air still require knocks down? I believe that it does, but I haven't tried second edition.
I can't remember that ever required knockdown.
No.
Or was that another element I'm thinking about? I could just be a dumbass. It was juggle, yeah.
requires anti-air and knockdown.
Yeah, I'm just a dumbass. Let's see. And yeah, I guess I should pick area effect for this as well. So that's 3 elements.
Anyway,
And increase damage, because that is just my thing.
yeah.
If I have a free element, just bump up damage some.
Yeah, so in this, increased damage isn't your die size plus 1. It's your die size, but it cannot roll less than a 2.
Yeah, it like bumps up the minimum.
Yeah, you
So-
reroll ones.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you only put one element of increased damage in.
Yeah, so power blast. Like I just like basically what I'm imagining is that it's like he like punches the ground with one of those force gauntlets and makes like a shock, shock wave of like energy in just all directions. And if someone comes in from above, they're also hit by the shock wave and like knocked back. It just goes in every direction.
Yeah, so it's like one of those short, like one range increment around you is just lit up like a Christmas tree with energy.
Yeah, exactly. And
Ah.
it just like ruins your day if you're trying to jump in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see, and then there's the other one, which I'll come up with a name for later. But this is gonna be a pretty cheap one, because it's not gonna be a big damage move or anything. It's gonna be something quick that I won't be able to do at any time to get people out of my way. So I guess I will take Interrupt with this. Meaning I can like use this in the middle of the opponent doing something to try and get him out of my face.
Yes.
And of course increase knockback.
There's another thing you can do too.
Oh yeah?
Interrupt has a new little benefit bonus thingy. It's called Strike Through.
Okay, and what is that again?
What it basically allows you to do is, even if you fail in your attempt to interrupt the opponent, as long as you have one control left over after hit stun is applied, your move still comes out.
Oh nice, yes, I will take
It
that.
strikes through the opponent's move.
Yeah, that is fantastic. I will take that.
You trade
Strike
blows,
through.
but you get your knockback.
Yeah, exactly. And that should be all of my elements. Yeah, that's all my elements. So, where is it? 0. And damage is 1d6. Because my strength is 0. There we go. And, which means I'm down to 18 points. Wait, did I pay for, gotta double check this. Cost 2, 5, 8, 12, 15. No, I should be down to 15 points. There we go. What more do I need? I think I'll just like make one more special move, a super, and then I'll just put the rest into fighting spirit.
Yeah, that's what I've done. I've got a relatively short move list on both of my characters.
Yeah. I'll get another few projectiles, I suppose, because I am a zoner.
Yeah.
Has the homing property had any changes to it?
I don't think there is a homing property anymore.
Oh,
But you can always increase accuracy if possible.
to represent that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do believe homing was one of the things out of round 2 that didn't carry in just yet, so you might be able to still use it.
Right. Now I'll just take increased accuracy. That's valid.
Because they purposefully did not incorporate everything from round 2 into the second edition book to keep the extra supplements like round 2 shonen unlockables, arenas
Still
to keep,
relevant.
yes, to keep all those
Yeah.
relevant. They wanted to make sure that the books were backwards compatible with the majority of previous material that's already been written.
Yeah.
Which is quite the achievement in and of itself.
Indeed, it is.
Most other systems, new edition, you can throw away the old books, but here, just use them.
Yeah. Okay, it's not like the rule books are it's not like the rules are that different. They've just been tweaked to work better, and most of the stuff from the expansion books are still very usable.
Yes. For example, one of my characters, my brawler for this campaign, uses a technique quality that was mentioned in round 2. The rage technique. Essentially getting a buff to damage whenever that she's at 5% of her life bar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I might make this a 4 actually.
She gets low health, and suddenly she's pulling out a berserker barrage.
Pretty much.
That thing with the minimum damage, does that only apply to the first increased damage, or is it like every other?
It's every other. So the first one gives you minimum 2 damage, then the die size increase.
Right.
You lose that minimum 2, and then at 3 you get the die size increase plus minimum 2, and then at 4 it's 2 die size increase, no minimum damage.
I getcha.
Yeah.
11, and then I guess I will make a cost 6 super. I didn't want increased damage, I wanted increased accuracy. What am I thinking?
I do not know.
I say a thing, then I do something else in counter for what I was just saying. Okay, let's see. Okay, so for a super move, I guess I could go for something like
What are you thinking for a super?
Like honestly, I'm just thinking like a big beam right now. Proton cannon. Let's see.
Optic blast.
Infinity. Okay, let's see. That would be a level 6 move for a super move, and as opposed to regular moves, you get twice the number of elements for a super.
Yes, it's not +1 twice, it's just twice the level.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And then I'll
all
just
6.
burn the last 5 points on Fighting Spirit. Let's see, you don't have Fighting Spirit noted on here. For shame. I get to that. We just notice down here.
I could have sworn I added it, but I guess I didn't.
Yeah, it's fine. Fighting Spirit and Super Energy for later.
Yep.
And I see on power level 3, the base was 30 health bar.
Yep. No, base
30
is
health.
50 at PL3.
50, fighting spirit is
30.
30, there we go. And
50,
super energy
30,
is 0
10.
right now. Yeah. And then I'll just gonna note down, because I like to make things slightly snazzy.
So, I have decided, since you guys want to do the MVC style tag match whenever we get to that point, each team will be able to stock 20 super energy total. You have a shared pool.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good.
A shared combined pool of 20 super energy to stock for that battle.
Okay, so my accuracy is nothing right now. But has the rules for the super moves changed any? Like, are there any new super elements or anything?
Unique super move has been removed. You don't have to worry about that anymore.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that has a little interesting piece of history behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
Christopher has a lot of history in like the very classic fighting games, like Street Fighter 2 and such. And since the base like structure for super moves in those old games was just a souped up version of a regular super move,
that's
a
how,
regular special move,
yeah.
you had to take a special element to have your super be something unique, which is not the case in contemporary fighting games. So it's been removed. But okay, so what do I want here? I'm pretty sure.
Increased damage, increased accuracy, breakthrough, and invincibility still have to comprise half of the elements of your super, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, I always like remove that for like super buffs and such. But
Yeah.
Besides that, I will take breakthrough at, let's say, 3, because it's a big beam. Breakthrough 3. I have 12 points to burn, so it's quite a bit. How does Ki interact with super moves? Because the base tempo for super moves is higher than special moves normally.
I think it's Ki plus 1 die size is the base.
Right.
That's how it was in first edition, so...
Yeah.
It's probably how it should be here as well, yeah.
Yeah.
So if your base key is a D6, then the super move's base is a D8.
Let's increase damage 5, I guess. So I should have 1d10 damage with a minimum of 2.
D12 with a minimum of 2 because your base was a D8.
Oh right. Thank you. Again, I say a thing, then I forget it 5 seconds later. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Let's see, 8, and then 11, I suppose. And I will take 1 increased accuracy because it's a big beam.
Mm-hmm.
And then fuck it, increased damage. So that is, how does that work at D12? Alright.
So if you go up above a D12, for each 2 points you get a flat +1 to damage.
Okay, just a +1. What's that give me?
So
Just one-
if you
one element.
if you add one more element, you'll go D12 plus 1. If you add another one, D12 plus 1 minimum 2.
Ah, I see. I get you.
Then D12 plus 2, D12 plus 2 minimum 3, or no, minimum 2.
Nah, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So it's,
Like a soft cap with diminished returns.
yeah. But there we
Also,
go.
though, you want that to be a beam, right? Don't forget ranged.
You're absolutely right. I'll replace increased accuracy with that. Ranged. I guess I'll decrease damage by 1 stat. No, I don't. See, now I have 1 free element. I'll put it to breakthrough to represent the big beamness anyway. Holy crap. Oh Christ. Okay, yes, I got range from a big beam now. Thank you. Let's see.
No, it's just a small beam.
Yeah, it's just like it does the big like optic blast thing, and it's just like a little explosion at his hands. No, there we go. It's done.
No, I could see it now. He does this whole big giant optic blast thing, and all that comes out is just this tiny millimeter wide super focused laser.
Yeah. Oh my lord! Thank you for putting that up.
Well,
There we go.
remember
That's
that characters like Frieza had a lot of mileage out of a thin laser.
I
True,
know,
true
right?
enough. True enough. But okay, there we go. And that's a moveset, I guess.
That's a lot of zoning.
That is a lot of zoning. So I'm done. That didn't take as long as I thought it would.
No, it sure didn't. So now we can go over the other parts to character creation by going back up here to the top and going through the basic qualities like strength, speed,
Yeah.
toughness. So
Yeah.
those are your character's core. Your strength, your speed, and your toughness. Strength indicates how hard you hit. For each plus or minus, you increase or decrease your base die size on your attacks. Speed is a bit unique because it breaks out into initiative and control. Initiative is rolled every round rather than at the start of combat, because it's a fighting game. Why wouldn't it be? And control determines what you can do during your turn. It's more like a pool rather than a flat resource, and we'll get into that more later whenever we get into the combat structure.
Yeah.
Then we have toughness, which is quite simply how much punishment you can take.
I believe you mean stamina.
Yes, stamina. That's right, stamina.
3S.
Yes, the 3 S's. Strength, speed, and stamina.
Yeah.
Stamina will either increase if you're negative or decrease if you're positive the amount or the die size of incoming attacks.
Yes.
So that's how things balance out. A character with strength +1 and stamina +1, they balance out to an equal standard die size.
Yeah. And in my case, I have showing 0, so my damage is unmodified. But I go slightly faster than other characters, and I can take a little more punishment.
Ah. So did you put that point of speed into initiative or control?
Initiative, exactly.
Ah, good call.
Yeah.
Always
Again,
gotta be first to act.
Right, again, I'm a zoner. If I can't get the opponent where I want them right away, I'm going to be at a disadvantage. So, then there's non-combat skills, which is just everything you do when you're not fighting people, which should be never in this game. No, I'm kidding. No.
Fighting all of the time, yes.
Yes! No, there are other things you do than fighting in the game called Fight. As mentioned, they're just uncommon stuff.
Yeah. Strange as that sounds, there are. I mean, anyway, certain non-combat skills can have different effects inside various battle systems in fight, though.
Yeah. Like there's stuff like dramatic combat, which is more made to emulate like a cutscene, I guess, or like just
yeah.
non-video gaming combat, since the base system is...
less Street Fighter as a game and more Street Fighter as a animated show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Since the baseline system is very much so made to recreate the feel of a video game.
Yeah. Which most of the fights in these types of games are that base, video gamey fight system. But, the modern games, they've got those story modes, and you see people getting punched and kicked all the time in the story mode that you're not controlling. That's what the dramatic combat system sort of represents.
Sort of, yeah, pretty much. Again, it's the cutscene system, basically. And then there's fog thrashing, which we will get to soon, I believe.
Yes, that is like Streets of Rage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or
Beat 'em up stuff.
Final Fight, yeah, beat 'em up
Yeah.
style.
Like Final Fight, which completes the Street Fighter analogy, because fun little fact, the working title for Final Fight was Street Fighter 89. It was supposed to be a Street Fighter sequel.
Oh, right, it was once.
Yes,
then
it was.
Then they didn't want to do that because it was too different. But it's still the same universe, I believe. Anyway.
That's why you
Yeah.
see Cody and Hager now in the new Street Fighter games.
Wait, there's Hager in the
And
game?
Poison, don't forget Poison.
Oh yeah, of
Yes.
course, boys.
Yes.
But I missed Hager being in the game now. Holy crap. Anyway,
Create Hager.
Yeah. Best mayor. So, besides that, is there anything else we should go over?
I guess I could go over the other couple of characters that my two NPC characters, as well as Sir Aston's character. We can go over those.
We could absolutely introduce Aston's character, but it's my personal opinion that we should keep your characters a surprise for when we
Yes.
encounter them.
Yes.
Very
I agree.
well then, if that is the wish. If that is the wish. Let me... Well, I'm gonna do this number, so that way I can pull this up here. Alright, let's do that, so that way I can get into Discord on my desktop here and be able to pull up the other sheet here.
Yeah. This is also good because it will show something interesting, because I noticed during the character creation, my character happens to have the same combat bonuses on control and defense, and also the same basic qualities on initiative and stamina. But you can see on his moveset that he works entirely differently.
Yeah.
Oh yes, every character, even though you share the same bonuses, the fact that you design your moves differently is...
It makes a whole world
Yeah.
of difference.
Yes. No two characters will ever play the same.
Yeah. It can also make a huge difference with qualities and weaknesses.
Yes. Even if two characters have identical move sets, their stats will make them play differently.
Then again, two characters should never have the same two movesets. That shouldn't happen.
No, it shouldn't. There should be some sort of variation in there.
I mean, if you're running Shoto clones, I guess, but you know.
True. But even Ryo and Ken and the original have their differences.
Yeah, they have slightly different attributes. That's very true.
Yep, one can throw
Unless you're
fireballs
talking
faster.
about the very first Street Fighter, then no.
Alright. Here's the
This
other
is-
sheet. Sir Aston
And
over
here-
here got that kick in artwork.
Yeah, and here you see the difference between me and Aston.
And
Aston again.
properly credited, as it should be.
Of course.
Very true.
So yeah, Eugenio Cabrera.
Let's see here.
An interesting,
I'm also going to open up the sheet here so I can view
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting thing, because I wanted to design both a protagonist and someone that could work as an antagonist in another setting, because he happens to be a young and aspiring crime lord in Spain.
Which actually gives me the perfect reason that you guys are working together in this particular case.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Oh, and this music is so fitting.
Yeah, perfect. But yeah. Initiative +1 and stamina +1, as I mentioned, the same as with Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
character. But if you look at personality, you can already see that he has something unique going on, because attractive, charming, has influence because he has because he's a crime lord, so of course he has influence. He's
Right.
intelligent, intimidating. He works very well as a social character, which is the strangest statement for a fighting game.
Yeah.
Again, we still like do basic like tabletop RPG stuff. Like there's
Yeah.
investigation,
We
there's
still
social scenes.
do that, and he happens to excel at it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the only major gameplay quality he has is mobility, so he can go in and out pretty fast.
Yeah.
See, arrogant, secret crime lord, suspicious.
Yeah. And he also has a weakness.
Dark side, oof.
Yeah.
Okay, non-combat skills.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
like
non-
we're also quite different over here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because as I continue to go with the trend of a more social character, his non-combat skills are appropriate for that. Aside from the occupation, he also knows how to deal with both the high society and the street society. He is also a smooth talker. He can intimidate. And he also knows how to forge documents, so yeah.
He's a face. Basically,
He's-
he's a party face.
Yeah, he
He's a
would
face.
definitely be the face of a party in the traditional D&D style setting.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
because he forged a document, nobody knows that he's actually a crime lord in the tournament, unless you know his face from the underground.
Yep.
Combat skills, mostly a focus on evasion and tactics, little less on defense, which can hurt me, but I know the risks.
Yeah, you didn't have to like dump so much into key and stuff, so you're better off in that sense.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
less of a zoner, he's more of a melee character, so he needs that.
Yeah.
And yeah, bonus on control, bonus on defense. Like Merker's character, but still very different.
Yeah, and then we're going to the move list, which is the biggest difference between.
And now for
yours
the
and
move
mine.
list, fair warning to our Spanish viewers, you might get hungry.
Yes. Yes. Very
Because-
hungry.
Because, yeah, either you have very straightforward names in fighting games, or you have very thematic names. And in this case,
Creative,
very thematic.
thematic. Yes.
I would probably be doing this kind of stuff as well if I didn't make this stuff on the fly, like on stream.
Yeah, that's fair. I prepared him beforehand, so that's a major plus on my side.
Yeah.
So yeah, the names are mostly based on anything related to Aragonese cuisine. So yeah, beginning with the Carinena Stomp. Low level move, so he can get it even if his control roll isn't as good. He can work it anywhere. Yeah, hits low, and it knocks down sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what perfect hit means. It only
Only
does
if
the
you
thing
get- yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, only if you get that perfect hit.
Yeah,
Only sometimes,
Which
not
me-
all the time.
Mhm.
yeah, which means I just have to get lucky with a dice roll.
Yeah, pretty much.
50-50 chance, I believe.
Yep. Roll any die, like 4, 6, 8, 10, doesn't matter the size. If it's even, it works. If it's odd, it doesn't.
Yes. Next, the cut-down slice. Yeah. As the description says, a quick sprint, and he also swings his sword while doing so.
Yeah, it's a
An
it's a mobile-
example of a mobile
it's
move.
It's a basic mobile move. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
head in as part of the attack, just strike and get out probably because you're mobile.
And I should mention here, because I have the quality mobile, big difference, I can apply an negative accuracy to the move instead of paying Fighting Spirit if I want to. That's what the quality does. So
Yeah.
if I'm
We'll get
low on
more-
Fighting Spirit, I can get a -1 on my accuracy if I want to conserve some of that spirit.
Yeah, we'll get into what Fighting Spirit is and does later on in the game, I'm sure.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's one of those things that it's like your mana or your spell slots in 5e. You're gonna be using it.
Like all the time, yeah.
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 Very hit and run in this guy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The next move is a Cabrera style Chireta. It's a firebomb, therefore it has a bomb effect. It also has a gradual effect, meaning that if it hits, you pretty much roll damage divided up by 3, and it deals damage for now and for the next 2 turns.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's a deadly one.
Yeah, like he throws a bomb and it sets you on fire.
But because it's a bomb, we also need to be wary of friendly fire.
Very
Oh,
true.
right. That's a thing. Haha, friendly fire. Okay, let's see.
I wouldn't say
Next-
that fire is very friendly. Just saying.
Nah.
Yeah. Next we have a customs throw, a Sardina Rancia. And pretty much made it so as it says, it's a throw, which is a special kind of knockdown move. And it also has a power-up ability with a variant that works off of life bar, meaning I can choose to lose some of my life bar to pump the damage up.
Alright, yeah, I can see it in the description. He just like throws himself elbow force into the opponent, like hurts himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next on the list is cod salting. It's a
basic like sand throw, right?
yeah. It's a 2-step move because of the element setup, which means the first time he uses it does nothing, but it prepares the move. In this case, because it picks up dirt, sand, or dust from the ground, and I can execute the move later in the fight, which has a benefit of giving the move a +2 accuracy because, well, it has been set up so it can be executed with ease.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in this case, it is not a damaging move, but it does a lot of stuff to put the opponent in a disadvantaged position.
Indeed so.
Yeah, next Barrage Bloom. Yeah. A handful of quick swings while he steps back. So if he needs a space, he can get it with ease with this move. And this is also an interesting move because it has an interrupt element, which we'll be probably touching upon later when we talk about combat. But basically, he can interrupt an enemy's attack.
Yeah, interrupt is a good one. I also picked it from mine. We'll see it in action later, I'm sure.
Yeah. He also has priority, which is also a different kind of interrupt in some cases.
Oh, that is
And
nice,
also the reflection, just so if someone shoots at me, he can shoot it back, but he can deflect it back.
Ooh.
It's Genji.
Yeah.
This is awful. It's the worst.
So yeah, this is pretty much a toolbox move. He doesn't get closer to the opponent, but it gives him a lot of options.
Yeah. And then there
Right.
is... I'm not gonna say that.
Trenzas glaciadas.
Yes, thank you.
I apologize to all the Spanish viewers. But yeah, this is one of the few moves where he shows that he is actually enlightened, because he's a bit of a he wants to keep a low-key profile, even in a tournament about enlightened beings, because I imagine that every enlightened being has some sort of key element to their moveset that shows off that he is the real deal, that he is the exact person. So he tries to avoid that as well as possible, but in case he needs to do a ranged attack, he has this move, which is basically a sword wave. It comes out very fast, but it cannot defeat an opponent. It can only damage them. So he needs to move in for the final hit.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. And for his super move, Chistoa con Talo y Citra. Again, apologize.
Those sure are words.
Yeah. And this one, I figured I should get creative with it. Yeah, as the description says, there's a lighter in the sword's guard, which he ignites, and then from a compartment within the hilt, he releases a flammable liquid. And then he practically does that while he swings to shoot out a massive blast of hot flames forward. So yeah,
Nice.
you can get very creative with moves.
Oh, absolutely. Like, as noted, and I want to remind the viewers again, Eugenio here and my character, Lieutenant Hawk, are exactly the same in terms of like base attributes and bonuses.
Yes. Yeah,
But
their attributes and bonuses are identical, but based on the move lists.
they are
They
very,
play
very
very
different. They're
different.
very different characters.
Yes.
All right. So I guess that's everything for that character creation.
Yeah.
It is. I have made one of those two NPCs available in various Discord servers as a preview, so everybody pretty much knows about it. I will go ahead and show it just because I want to emphasize how different things can be.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, good timing because away anyway for a couple of minutes. I warned you beforehand.
Indeed.
So yeah, this way I don't get spoiled. All right, later.
Alrighty. Let's see. Let me get over here and bring up the proper page, which is seeming to be a bit more trouble than it should be. There we go. Yeah, I made Blair, which is my rushdown character, my up close and personal. She is definitely a rushdown, like more so than our crime lord.
Do find it interesting because you know that you also have a solo character in the works. So we ended up with a speeder rushdown and a sonar on each side of the of the screen, so to say.
Yeah, and that's what I think is very interesting. Now, like, because of the way this campaign is taking place, there are story elements involving these two characters that you guys will see as we go, so I'm not going to spoil that. But this is the sheet. This is the base sheet for which the opponent that you are fighting is derived from. I've done all the descriptions on appearance. Taunts, she's a very arrogant, cocky, I am the best and I'm going to prove it. But deep down, she's got a pure heart because she's fighting to save her younger sister. That's why she's in the tournament.
Right.
her younger sister's got a terminal illness, and she wants to raise the money up to get the cure.
Yeah.
So, not the most social person. She's into the barroom.
Yeah. No.
And...
Yeah. And I apologize for interrupting, but no. You mentioned you sent this sheet pretty much everywhere, but out of interest in not being spoiled, I actually didn't check it out. Would you mind linking it in the Discord or something?
It's already there. It's in characters.
Oh, it's in characters. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one is going to be a complete mystery, though. I'm not letting that one go.
Nice. Alright. Oh, yeah. I believe I actually read this one. I'm just again. I forget things.
Yeah, you may have also seen back in the old Gen 1 days, the first edition days, I did on the spreadsheet version of the sheet that I had a version of this character.
Oh yeah, that might be the one, yeah. That's probably what I've seen.
That's the one you probably remember. I touched up her moves for version 2. And when I did that, she got so many more options open to her that it wasn't even funny. She was my first power level 3 fighter that I'd built, and since I figured, I've already got her built, why not just convert her?
Why not use her? Yeah.
Yeah, I've already got her built. The only thing I didn't have built at the time was the narrative skills.
Right, because those characters were kind of just made for us to actually test out the system and fight each other.
Yup, that's all those were made for. Just a good old-fashioned brawl. So I went ahead and I gave her her narrative skills, which, as you can tell, they're all about beating people down.
Indeed, though, she is a very aggressive character.
Yes.
Let's see here. Flame charge. Yeah, just get in, whoop some butt basically, and just get out. So she's not as much hit and run as the crime lord was. She's more about getting in and staying there.
Yeah. And she does have a few moves that are the panic button, the oh crap, I need to buy myself some room to regain some fighting spirit, or charge some super. She does have that, but for the most part, hers is, I'm gonna get in here, and I'm gonna beat you down, and you're not getting rid of me until I want to get rid of you.
Yeah.
So she is all about staying in that range 0 to 1 radius.
Yeah. And once again, as we've said like three times already, this is going to become very apparent once the tires, once the rubber hits the road, once we get to playing the game. But basically completely through moveset customization and stuff like that, these are all going to feel extremely different. I genuinely believe that Fight is one of the best systems ever when it comes to making like mechanically distinct characters.
Indeed. I think one of my favorite moves is down here with Inflame.
Let me check that out. Inflame. Oh, it's a buff, right?
Yes. It's a buff that trades her defense off for damage. So
yeah, she lights herself on fire and takes more.
Yeah, whenever she lights herself on fire like that, she will take more damage as her stamina decreases. But her strength also increases, so she puts out more damage at the same time.
Yeah, like it's basically, yeah, it's a risk reward thing. She becomes way more of a glass cannon, but holy shit, does she hurt!
And the worst part of it all is she can do that twice.
Oh boy. I mean, if she does it a second time and gets hit by something, she's done. She's dead. But if she can get a good combo with that buff up, you're not getting up either.
The thing is with the buff element, you can temporarily increase a stat to +3 or decrease a stat to -2 temporarily. So because she's 101, that means whenever I use it twice, her defense only drops to a -1, but her attack goes up temporarily to a 3.
Yeah.
So
Which
she's-
again,
yeah.
I would still say that she is a stamina -1 character is not going to appreciate being hit in the face very much, but not as bad as it could have been.
Yup.
Pyrotechnics. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Pyrotechnics is my, oh crap, you're pressuring me, stop the pressure. Boom, flames.
yeah, just get out of there.
Get blazed, bro.
All right.
And
But
then-
okay, Aston had to get out for a few minutes. Do we want to keep going on about this and start playing today, or how did you plan out this day?
I basically planned today to really do a deep dive into the character generation, talking about elements, talking about how they interact with each other.
Right?
And I figured tomorrow would be the full first session, but what I was thinking, and I would like Sir Aston to be able to hear this, just for purposes of how you guys know each other and everything like that.
No, of course.
I was thinking your agent recognized the crime lord in the tournament, and you came up to him and was like, yo, this is what's going on. I need somebody to work with me on this, and I'm enlisting you. Otherwise, I'm going to report your identity to the authorities of the region, and you're gonna have fun. So it's kind of that.
Yeah, because ironically, the one person he can trust the most is the least trustworthy person there, because he has leverage on him.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. I assume we'll do more like introduction to the setting and the premise of the plot once Aston is back.
Indeed.
Yeah. In the meantime,
Do you like my Raging Demon inspired super move?
let me see Raging Inferno. Oh, gee, that is just a Raging Demon, yeah. Die 1,000 deaths and all that. Let's see.
It's Raging Demon with fire.
That it is. Oh, jeez, that's a lot of. Oh no. Oh no.
Just imagine if she has her buff up whenever she pulls that off.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Alright, so I guess we could go over it with this stuff more so like means properly for the people that aren't as invested in the system as we are. Because as noted, special moves are made out of elements, with move points. The elements are effects, which change how the move operates, and it's up to you to fluff them however you want. For example, for a second I thought you had increased accuracy 3. I was like, you dumped 9 elements today? But no. But like, for example, here the Raging Inferno super move has increased accuracy, which means it's more likely to hit, increased damage, which deals more damage. Invincible, which is basically iframes in a video game sense. So you can actually interrupt an opponent's action under certain circumstances with the invincible element, because in the middle of the opponent's move you got iframes and ignore what they're doing, and then you hit them.
Yup.
Multi-hit, I believe, just increases the minimum damage, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what multi-hit 3 does is it gives me a reroll on ones, just like a single element of increased damage does, but it also gives me +1 damage flat.
Right. And then there's a teleport move, which lets you move up. Yeah, of course it's a teleport. I'm not sure exactly how it functions.
It's like mobile, but it has no FS cost whenever you move 2 ranges in attack because it's a teleportation. It also ignores environmental hazards, bombs, anything that could be in between me and my opponent. I just go right through it.
Right. However, she has slow recovery, which means her initiative drops after using this if it misses.
No, because I use the 2-element variation of slow recovery, it's always. Whether it hits or not.
Oh, it's always? Okay,
yes. And that's to signify, you know the way in Street Fighter, whenever you pull off Raging Demon, Akuma sits there and has his back to you for a whole
minute. He stands there and shows his back to you and has the symbol
like,
up and everything.
Yeah, he stands there showing off for a whole minute. So that's what ends up happening with her is after she pulls this off, she's just sitting there showing off in the flames, whether she hits or not. You know, even if you block all the attacks or evade it, she just flurry of blows in the air, flames around her, and she's just showing off and nobody's there. It's like, yo, impressive show. You mind actually hitting next time?
And then the crime lord backsteps, so I'm back.
Oh, nice.
Perfect timing.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, we were running out of things to talk about. Okay. I guess we can move on to like setting introduction, and like because Fight as a system doesn't come with a setting or a game world or fluff or anything. It is just the mechanics to run a game.
It is a toolbox.
Yeah, and then like a given GM can make anything with it. So where? Yeah. So where are we? What are we going to play for kind of scenario this time?
So we are in a futuristic setting. I haven't I'm still working out a good name for this island. I'm gonna call it the Isle of Enlightenment just because.
The Enlightenment.
Yeah.
But
okay, it's a futuristic setting.
Yeah. So we're a few years in the future. Autonomous vehicles are pretty much commonplace. However, there are still those who have not let go of the ancient fighting traditions. And through that, they have achieved a state of enlightenment where they're able to do superhuman things involving ki energy and I guess you could say some form of spiritualism or spiritual type magic almost.
Yeah, it's this like inner power, I guess. Like it's basic ki in most worlds that you can tap into.
Yeah. Here, not everybody can do that. Only those who have attained that level of enlightenment through hard, intense training of both body, mind, and spirit, and all that stuff.
Right.
However, the science-focused culture of the era doesn't understand it.
Obviously.
It's something that showed up pretty recently, I'd imagine. Or, well, was more of a secret until recently.
Yes, it was a lot more of a secret until just very recently. Enlightened fighters can beat, like, armies of high-tech soldiers.
Right.
Technology, for some reason, just cannot compete with the power that one gains from enlightenment. But because it takes so long to achieve that level of enlightenment, there's a scientist out there, Dr. Power, ironically enough, is his name. He put together a tournament, drawing together the strongest enlightened fighters in the entire world. Because he wants to study this enlightenment. He wants to find out what it allows one to do and how he can recreate it with science and technology and possibly some gene manipulation.
Yeah, it's trying to create like artificial enlightenment, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he feels that if he can do this, he will shorten the process of enlightenment and he could make a lot of money out of the deal. He wants to be the most powerful person in the world through money and power.
Yeah.
And then he became M. Bison.
Pretty much.
Yes. Okay, so and yeah, so that's the basic setup, if I got it right.
Yep.
Yeah. Of course, I'm not actually playing an enlightened character. Lieutenant Adrian Hawk is a covert ops kind of dude, a special soldier who has been sent to like investigate what Power is up to, and try and figure out exactly what his motives are. Because I'd imagine that he isn't like public about what he's actually he's trying to achieve here.
Oh no, he's very covert. Like nobody knows at all.
Yeah, exactly. So, but people can tell that there's something fishy going on. So, Lieutenant Hawk was set out, and he is going to try and, undercover figure out exactly what is going on. And to help him out, he has brought some, cutting-edge gadgets that don't quite bring him to the level of an enlightened, but he has special training. He has very good futuristic equipment. He can make do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd imagine not every single enlightened is like army killing scale either.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that's my character. He is a very, very serious guy. He isn't very good at this whole social relations thing. I'm basically picturing him as pretty close in both aesthetics, such as he's futuristic, and personality, to a Resident Evil 4 era kind of Leon S. Kennedy. So he's here to do his job. He is here to stop whatever nefarious plans are going on, and hopefully protect and serve in the process. Meanwhile, Aston, you got a...
Yeah, I got a Spanish crime lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and... Yeah, we were actually talking about that while you were gone. We're thinking about why our characters would be, cooperating at all. And we'll probably like play that out in game. But what we're imagining right now is that as an agent, as someone that has been in basically everywhere and helped with international incidents and such, Lieutenant Hawk would have recognized this guy for who he is, or more accurately, what he is, and would have approached him like, okay, listen, I am here to sort out what is going on. I am not coming for you because I don't have authorization to do that right now, but I am going to need help. And ironically, the guy that he can trust the most is the least trustworthy man on the island, because he has leverage on him. So just, okay, help me investigate what the power is up to, or I will send the gang to, I would send the gang to have you arrested, because I can do that. And that's a basic breakdown, unless you have something better.
Yeah, that sounds actually fine, because Eugenio would be fine with that, because his primary motivation is to unite the strongest enlightened finders under his banner, so Dr. Power is obviously an obstacle.
Yeah.
Yeah? So a shared common goal.
A shared common goal, and...
Yeah,
and again, so that Hawk, who is the most trusting sort, is assured that this guy isn't just gonna stab him in the back, which I would imagine is quite likely. He has a degree of leverage on him.
Yeah.
So it's a very strained partnership, but it's a partnership.
Yeah, it's like those cop movies with the good cop and the bad cop.
Basically. It's a special ops agent and a crime lord. Fighting game! Fighting game!
This is cop show and magnified by 10.
Yeah.
It's traditional fighting game, like zany, wacky, super plot that could never happen in a million years.
Yeah, exactly.
forming
like-
extremely
I
unlikely
like this, I like-
alliances. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I like this. I like this.
Yeah, but yeah, primarily Dr. Power is an obstacle, and he is very pragmatic in that regard, so he doesn't care about your motivations as long as the goals align.
Yeah.
Plus, it helps that your use covering blowing his cover as a leverage to convince him, but at the same time, it's an insurance for Eugenio because he figures, well, I want to off Doctor Power anyway, and if he says that he won't blow my cover as long as we work together, this equally means he won't blow my cover while I work with him.
Yeah, exactly.
He can uphold his identity of, I've written on the reason for fighting that he disguises his true nature by pretending to wanting to win the cash from the tournament, so he can build a massive international dojo catering to the enlightened. So yeah, and as long as he can get that image over to the fighting world, that works out for him.
Yeah.
And the beautiful part about this is this showcases those sneaky undercover plots that you often see in fighting games, because normally the gameplay is just about the fighting, but if you pay attention to the story endings and openings and character bios and descriptions, you'll really dig in and see weird off-the-wall plots like this be pulled off.
Yeah. Like, most of the times these plots are just an excuse to be fighting, of course, but, it still works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not to say like the game can't do more than that, but like for this kind of showcase, this works very, very well.
Yes. Like, you can do just about any sort of story that you would potentially want to do. Like, if you want to do a super serious, like, Asian-inspired kung fu type movie setting, you could totally do that.
Of course, it's gonna... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The system itself would allow that to happen.
Yeah. As I was going to say, of course the system is more geared towards like the senior, more high-powered kind of stuff. Which is why I personally believe it works better more so for, say, these kind of anime-esque, high-flying kind of things. It's currently like the best system I would ever want to use if I wanted to run, say, a shonen game and fight even as a supplement for that. So yeah, it's broad in scope, but it's also very, very focused on the whole fighting game thing.
Mm.
Yep.
But, okay, do we have anything else we want to do today, or what's the plan up to? Like,
well, that was just about all I had planned. Unless you guys would like to do anything else, then we'll be having, I guess, just a short stream today and get fully dived into the gameplay tomorrow.
yeah, that works fine to me.
Yeah, works fine for me too. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done as well. I've been doing a lot of talking. I apologize. I am a very talky person.
Hey, it's all good. It is all good, friends.
Yeah. All right then. So are we kicking off around the same time tomorrow with the actual gameplay?
Yep.
Okay, great.
All right.
Good session 0, guys. And I guess we'll be we'll be seeing each other tomorrow.
Yeah. Tune in tomorrow to hear some more German butchering of the English language.
Yeah, as I was saying, like before the stream kicked off, we are 3 people here, one of which can actually speak English properly. This is gonna go great. But, it is what it is.
Indeed. Today was a great session. I appreciate you guys for joining me in this adventure and helping me get the word out there about this awesome system.
Of course, it is a fantastic game system. I'm writing for it, shameless plug. So, I am very, very glad to be part of this.
Yeah, right. You have this fantastic setting up in the kitchen.
I was going to plug that at the end of the actual gameplay, but I can do it now. That's fine. So
Hey, why not we plug it a little bit at the end of each session, just so that, you know, some people may tune in one day and not on another. They may want to hear about it too.
yeah, that's fair. So as noted, I'm Marcus. My online name is I'm more so known as Neo in the different places. I am not an official member of the dev team, but I am working and writing on a expansion book for the second edition of Fight. It is called God's Blood. It's a very Arc System Works, like anime fighter inspired kind of deal. A sort of post-apocalyptic fantasy setting, centered around the Battle of Gods and stuff. It's also currently alive as a webcomic, which you can check out at a link that I will put down in this chat in just a second.
Links might be blocked. If they are, drop it to me in Discord and I'll make sure it gets posted.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right.
And there you go.
Alright, over here to the Discord, and that's excellent artwork on that, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. I didn't actually make it. My partner did. But yes, they are an amazing artist, and they are very, very crucial in making this project come alive. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Tons.
There we go. There's that link.
Thank you very much. Alright, so same time tomorrow then, and we'll actually get into the proper gameplay of things.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you guys both for being here.
Alright, well I guess I'll see you around then. Later.
Absolutely.